How to get a smooth buttercream cake for beginners. Now you want to start with the top of your cake. When I first started doing these buttercream cakes, I would spend ages getting the sides just perfect, and then I would go to ice the top and mess it all up. So you want to get your top done first. Once you are happy with the top of your cake, then you want to move on to your sides. If you are just starting out, I would highly recommend that you use a piping bag. Using a piping bag is going to ensure that you are applying the buttercream evenly all the way around your cake. So just hold the piping bag, apply the same amount of pressure and move the turntable at the same time as you're squeezing. Now when we come to scraping, you want to reach round the turntable as far as you can and then hold your scraper on a 45-degree angle. So you don't want to hold it like this at 90 degrees, you don't want to hold it flat against the cake, 45 degrees, and you really want to concentrate on keeping the base of the scraper on the cake drum. If you lift that off at any point, then it's going to make your cake wonky and mess up the smooth finish. Once the turntable has done one full turn, you should be back to where you started. You want to go fairly fast on your first couple of turns to scrape off some of the excess buttercream. Hold your scraper in the same position and just let the turntable do all the work. Just concentrate on keeping the smoother in the same position, making sure the bottom of the scraper isn't lifting off. By the third pass, it should start to look nice and smooth. Now, this was quite a tall 8-inch cake, and I wasn't happy with the top edge of the cake, so I just applied a little bit more buttercream along the top edge. At this point, you can just fill in any gaps that you can see and then continue to scrape as normal. Now, my third tip is probably the most important one. You need to know when to stop scraping. If you're anything like me, you'll think, oh, I'll just fix that bit, or I'll just do one more scrape, and then it ends up just getting worse and worse. And the more you play with it, the warmer your cake's getting, and the cake starts to slide, and then the filling comes out, and then, it just turns into a right mess. So after I filled in the gaps and applied more buttercream on the top edge, I only did one more scrape, and this scrape was much slower just to smooth it out. So after this pass, it was time to step away. I put it in the fridge to set, and then you can fix any problems afterwards. I trimmed off the top. You can do this using a sharp knife. I still wasn't completely happy with the top, but once the cake is set, it's so much easier to fill in any gaps because the sides and top of your cake will stay exactly as they were.